remote control drone or some shit, or helicopter or something. That
Yeah.
was awful. Like, awful.
That was, that RC mission was chaos. I did do it. But I was just happy to get to that second island.
Yep.
And then they threw that, it was like the minigun mission where you had to shoot down those planes. I was coming into, I was like, what is, like, as a kid, I just rage quit. I was like,
yeah, I would have been exactly the same.
it's like, unbelievable. Even the train mission on San Andreas, that first one,
Yep.
as I said, I only probably finished that. But I only done it probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I still had to use the cheat. I used the jetpack cheat to fucking jetpack on top of the train.
Yeah, that's how I got out of most of my shit. Like, I remember knowing the cheats off by heart with the.
They were good.
Down the end, yeah.
Those games, they were harder back then, eh? Like, compared to now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, we just had a technical difficulty and I just fixed it. Yeah, we're all good now.
Nice.
Just when you think you've got it under control.
Well, that's why we have the technical difficulties.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's part of who we are.
Yes.
I need to get one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be going on a t-shirt as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, first, when you first started gaming, what was the first console you ever owned, and how did you get into gaming?
It was the PS1 actually.
Yep.
I remember getting it. Oh god, I don't know how old I was. Getting it for a birthday, I believe it was, and I think the first game that come with it was the Crash Bandicoot game, like the Crash Team Racing. That was like Mario Kart, but that in a Hot Wheels game. So that sort of that was the first introduction I ever had into video games.
Yep.
And that sort of kicked it off. Like I fell in love with gaming straight away. Then I upgraded to another Christmas gift. Got the PlayStation 2, and then slowly sort of got the PS3, PS4, now PS5, and it's been. I would have been probably only 7 or 8, so it's been a good.
Yep.
Good, bloody 20 years of gaming, I guess.
Yep.
It's not bad.
You're a PlayStation fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, hours of fun on like Crash Team Racing back in the day. You used to go to my mate's house and we'd have sleepovers, and looking back now, if we'd do it, I'd probably swap out the juice box for a carton of Bilsons, but apart from that, nothing's really changed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Crash Bandicoot was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. They're classic games.
Yeah, I started. Well, we both, me and Matt, pretty much started as not first consoles, but started as PlayStation, and then eventually went over to Xbox. But we still like when we play, like you'll hear me and Matt say a button to press, and it'll always be a PlayStation button. We've had Xbox now for ages, but we'll always refer to a PlayStation button, but we'll know what button to press.
Yeah. Funny you say that. I bought a Xbox controller today for the new PC that I'm getting, and I was took it out of the box and sort of just having a feel for it. And I was like, "Holy fuck, I'm never going to be able to use this."
It takes a sec.
Oh, it was just, but yeah, no. So a lot of my mates, like, I've always been a solo gamer, to be honest. Like, I've never really had mates to play video games with, just because they never really got into it. So I've always just sort of played solo, and growing up we never had internet, so there was no online gaming and that type of thing. There's probably only been this year that I sort of got in. Well, I've always played online, but this year I've actually had people to sort of play with, which is always good. Like it's opened up a completely new world of gaming to me. You got a couple of mates that you can sort of jump in a party with, and if you don't win, it doesn't matter. You're sitting there having a good time talking shit anyway. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's definitely changed the way that I game, having people to actually play with.
100%. I think the same for me a couple of years ago when Rob and I started playing online again. It changed the games that I like even, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, when you're playing solo, like I used to like RPGs, Fallout, that sort of bizzo where you can play by yourself. But I've hardly played any of those kind of games for ages now.
Oh, yeah, no, you're preaching to the choir. Like, I was a big RPG fan, like all the GTA games. I was a huge Red Dead Redemption fan as well. Pretty much anything like you could play offline and was really story driven, and you only sort of just yourself getting immersed in the games. But yeah, as I said, only this year being invited to a couple of different Discords and actually meeting a lot of gamers through Jericho, funnily enough. People like Waffle and you guys yourself will be jamming some games soon. But yeah, my sort of game genre has sort of changed now. Like I was never really into my first person shooters, but now I find myself, it's you get 3 or 4 blokes to join a squad, and it's a great time. I don't think I've played a single player game for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it makes it interesting. So when did you start streaming on Twitch?
Literally just this year.
Yep.
Probably, I'd say 4 or 5 months ago. It was at the same time I actually met Waffle.
Yep.
Obviously through Jericho again. I think he had a story up on Instagram saying he was going live at 8 o'clock, or he had a schedule up for the week, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll jump onto that. And I already had a Twitch account. I had a Twitch account for years, but just never used it.
Well, most of us did.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why I downloaded Twitch in the first place, to be honest.
Yep.
But I found myself, I jumped into his live stream. I sort of said g'day, and he recognised the username, and we started chatting. And I sort of found myself every week when he went live, I'd jump onto his stream, and I got to know a lot of his community as well.
Yep.
And that's sort of what opened up. He invited me to a Discord that he was part of, and they were all streamers as well, and that's sort of what kicked off, I guess, the want to start streaming. Just seeing how he got to interact with his community and how sort of close everyone was. It was like a second family.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I found, and now that, besides the technical issues that I always sort of go through when I start streaming, I always have, there's always those 4 or 5 people that'll jump on every time and be like, oh, Kroppy, how you going? What are you playing tonight? It's that sort of, I guess, community-based thing that keeps you going streaming, I guess. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know much about streaming. I'm still new to it as well.
Yeah.
But when you jump into live streams like Dead Set's live streams, that just goes absolutely off. It's like, it looks like fun.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time you see guys like that, and you see their community just going crazy, it's like, man, that's goals there.
Like at the same time, I'm like, I want that to be me, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, hang on, no, I don't. There's too many people here for me.
I fucking shit myself too.
Like,
same. Watching Dead Set too is like, I can't replicate that. Like that.
Yeah, you're not getting that from me.
That's not me. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think I got
asleep in 15 minutes.
And I disconnected straight away. I was like, nah, too many people. See ya.
I'm out.
It's hard enough getting when you get a raid. Like, I remember ages ago, I got a raid from Waffle and Spicy at the same time. We ended up with like 90 people.
Like 90,
and it
was
was the scariest thing ever.
That night.
Oh, yeah, no.
It was horrifically scary. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm not much of a people person as it is, but I couldn't imagine having 90 people all chatting and asking what you're doing. I'd be like, all right, how do I turn this camera off?
Yeah.
Just freeze. Like, sorry.
Yeah, they're like, I think he's frozen. You're like, slowly,
oh, shit. Technical issues.
moving out.
Yeah, technical issues.
Or you just do me and like go to shut down every time, and then like next minute, like, oh fuck, I've been raided.
Yeah.
Oh, great! Now we gotta quickly do something.
Oh, yeah, like
hilarious.
And everyone usually has like a raid message where they introduce themselves. I'm like,
mate.
What am I gonna say? G'day, guys. I
don't think about that. I really don't think about it. I'm just too busy like in the game, and then I get flustered because I've just been raided. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? And I'm like, just act normal. And then I don't talk to anyone. Just act normal and don't talk to anyone.
See, it'd be a lot easier if I got hate rated. I'd love that more than getting normally rated. Like, yeah, bring on the hate. I can respond to negativity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. You get shit held at you pick it up and you hurl it back. That's easy stuff.
Yeah, like I witnessed a mate the other day get hate rated, and some of the comments were pretty offensive, but one of the comments was like, "Oh, I bet you're a small penis streamer," and like, I had to laugh at it because if someone said that to me, I'd be like, "Where do I know you from? Do we go to school?"
Do you follow my OnlyFans?
Yeah. I was like, Mum, is that you?
Hilarious.
It's grown a little since you've seen it last.
Thank you.
Oh, oh shit. It's too good. Still wearing the nappy stuff.
Here, we
What's your go-to game for streaming?
yeah.
Good one. I don't think I've ever played the same game twice on stream. I like the slow paced sort of games where like not so much Fall Guys. Like playing golf on stream. Golf is like you can still chat with everyone and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know have a bit of a play around golf. But yeah, I don't really have a go to game. Like I did try streaming the new Call of Duty there the other week when I got access to the early campaign, but I don't know. It's not really one of those games where you can sort of stream and interact with the community either. It's like too fast paced. But yeah, don't really have a go-to game, but definitely the slower paced sort of games would be my first pick.
Yeah, I agree. With
Golf
that,
games.
yeah. Sorry, Matt.
Golf games any good these days? I haven't played a golf game for a long time. I used to be a massive Tiger Woods golf fan, like 07, 08, 09.
I think I don't know whether it was 07 or 08, but one thing I remember about those games was when you'd hit it, like back in the PS2, I think it was, you'd hit a shot and there'd be like a little cutscene where you get like a heartbeat monitor start going if you were close to the hole.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they were good OG golf days.
Oh, awesome. And then you'd shit yourself because of the heartbeat thing. You start to do too much to the ball. It was like,
yeah, you used to be able to move the ball in the air, like
yeah, that's right.
like
Yeah,
a good meter and a half. I was like, this is
massive swing, spin, and everything on it. It was like,
to be honest, now the latest one that came out, the PGA 2K23, the golf games have sort of turned into more of a simulation. And you got your wind, bloody different brand of balls affect the way you play. Different clubs and that type of thing. It does have a setting like an arcade setting where you can just change to arcade mode, and it's sort of like the old days. But I've noticed a lot of sport games now, they're trying to be as realistic as they can, which sometimes can take a bit of fun out of it.
Yeah.
For me.
sometimes.
Like, realism in games is good to a certain degree. Like, I can only imagine how good the next GTA is going to be as far as realistic graphics and stuff goes, but it doesn't necessarily always work for your sports games.
Yeah, I mean, that was half the fun that Tiger Woods golf was hitting the ball 500 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I used to love slicing the ball 400 yards to the right and being able to spin it back to the green.
That's right.
That's right.
Good. Like a fucking hole-in-one on a par 5. I mean, extremely realistic.
Oh, the days.
My favourite golf game is GTA 5.
Oh, that's
the worst golf ever.
It's horrendous.
Is that an online? Can you play online together as well when you hop in a lobby?
I think so.
Yeah.
If you both go to the golf course, you can.
Yeah, everyone.
No, what?
So if we all get on and we can all just go over there and we can all play.
Yeah.
That's great.
Done.
Because I'm not sure if there's like a limit, but I'm pretty sure it'd just be us four anyway.
Yeah, I were playing the other day, and I think you had Waffle G'd up to join. I was like, I'm only on PS5, and I know it's not cross-platform. Yeah. And I was sort of thinking, back when I did that 4 AM test stream, and they said, you need to update your internal RAM or some shit. I was like, okay. I was looking at the RAM, it was only 8 gig, and they recommended at least 16. And I thought, I've got no idea about installing a RAM. Fuck it, I'm going to go buy a brand new PC. And as soon as I got the email confirmation, I was like, you know what? I can play GTA Live with the boys now. This is going to be awesome.
We'll do a couple of island heists, get you some money really quick.
Yeah, get you set up.
Yeah, I'll have to start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
We've only... What are you at now, Matt? You're at like level 50 or something,
Level 40.
40, yeah.
40
I'm
odd.
like 20 something. It's a grind, but it's worth it. It's definitely one game I could play
It's
over
like-
and over and over.
It's still got a huge player base, hey? Like,
Yep.
it's unbelievable that the game has just stayed relevant. I mean,
Yeah.
it was, like, back when it came out, it was like all my Christmases had come at once. It was unbelievable. I was back on the PS3, I think. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's going back.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, two console generations later, and it's still doing better than
Oh,
ever.
bloody oath.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to slow down too much. I think even when the next one comes out, they'll still have their loyal fans for GTA 5.
Oh,
For a time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like it was sort of revolutionary for the online community.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know if GTA 4 had online. It may have. I'm not sure, but I can only imagine the improvements they're going to make on it. But the amount of updates that they've done, like it's only like you got 2-3 games in one there.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff you
Oh,
can do.
you can do. Yeah, you can do so much.
Yeah, I'm excited if we can get a bit of Mafia patch for an MC.
Oh man, that'd be so cool. Well, if that thing doesn't work with the Photoshop, I can just go on their social page through the computer and make another one up. Something that looks a little better, but it'd be good if we can good if we can get that patch on
I
there.
have to watch that video you sent me.
Yeah.
That link was it? I think it was.
Yeah, it was a link.
yeah.
It was more of a as you go thing. It wasn't a video, so it's a bit more easy to understand. So it tells you exactly what to do in steps. But yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen back when I first started playing GTA Online. Well, actually, when they first introduced the motorcycle MC aspect to it, I've seen people running around with Hell's Angels patches. I was like, Rockstar put this in, or is this fan made? I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, a lot of people have made their own. I'm not sure if Rockstar still allow it, but you can only try.
Well, that's the good thing about PC, I guess. We weren't really able to do much. Oh, definitely wasn't able to do any of that on console. It was sort of, I guess, like a setting that consoles had on that you couldn't customize anything like that, like mods type thing, I guess. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into GTA. I always say I jump on Twitch. I sort of jump on Twitch every night just to see who's on, and there's always at least one person playing GTA.
Yeah.
And every time I watch it, I was like, I got to get back into this.
Yeah, it's always a bit of fun. Like what me and Matt have been doing the last couple of times we've been playing. We've just been fucking around, and you could spend easily 2 or 3 hours just messing around. It's easy.
Yeah, just shenanigans.
Yep.
I streamed the other night was good. I was watching Matty trying to jump on that train with
that's
that
hilarious.
motorbike.
Spent far too long trying to do that, but it was hilarious.
We were parachuting in. That was fucking
You see
funny.
this motorbike flying over.
Oh, the effort.
Oh,
That-
oh,
when I was trying to get on, that was a joke. I was ended up just getting off the bike and stepping onto the train. Like, this is
I know,
fucked.
They're stuntmen. They're good.
Oh, no, I can't wait to be a part of it.
No, it's fun. I cannot wait for you and Waffle to be on there. It's gonna be so much fun having like a little crew.
All they need to do is make beards proper fucking beards
how
for
hard
the
is it?
characters.
Well, they got them in bloody what's it called? Red Dead.
Why can't they just put it over to
I was
GTA?
gonna say, Red Dead was one of the only games that I've played that lets you unlock your full potential.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. Nah.
Yep.
I was there every day buying the hair tonic. From
Oh
the
my
general
god,
store,
yes.
chucking it down.
Yeah, by the end of it, my guy's beard was like down to here.
Oh shit! Too
Oh,
good.
well, stepping away from the gaming side of things, how long have you been cooking low and slow for?
Not as long as people might think.
Yeah.
It was when, and I'm not sure what year it was, but it was when Australia sort of experienced the first real impacts of coronavirus.
Yeah.
And Queensland, and well, I'm not sure about the rest of Australia, but we sort of went into lockdown for like, well, it seemed like forever, but I think it was like 3 months or something like that. And so there was no going out on weekends. You couldn't go to the pub. There was no going to events or sporting events and that type of thing. So I sort of just organised within my own little friend circle. I was like, oh, why don't we gather everyone and come out to mine every Saturday and we'll just shoot the shit, have a few beers, listen to some music. And I said, I'll put a barbecue on. And at that time, I had no idea about barbecuing, let alone cooking. I used to be able to burn butter.
Yep.
So I decided, I was like, I'm going to shoot down to Bunnings and I'll buy I actually had intentions of just buying a normal 4-burner barbecue.
Yep.
Walking around Bunnings, and I seen this cheap little smoker. I think it was like $200 or something. And like, oh yeah, I remember watching Barbecue Pitmasters on Foxtel years ago about smoking. And so I was actually in Bunnings on my phone googling like, what is a smoker? While I was looking at it, and sort of watched a little video. I was like, oh yeah, I'll try that. And so I picked it up and took it home, put it together, and I think the first thing I cooked was just a Woolies pork roast and some chicken wings. I had everyone organised to come out.
Yep.
That weekend to have a few beers, and it was good. We put the pork on, put the chicken wings on, and I sort of live on one of the main river systems in Queensland, so we were all down the river having a bit of a fish. And 2 hours turned into 8 hours, and we went back up and took the food off, and everyone seemed to love it. And then after that, it sort of just spiraled into, I guess, a hobby. I found myself joining like Facebook groups. I was watching YouTube videos till all hours of the morning, and over the next couple of weeks, we'd try different meats, I'd try different seasonings and that type of stuff.
Yep.
And it sort of then just skyrocketed into like, oh yeah, okay, I want to buy a proper smoker now. So I went and invested in a half decent smoker, and that's how it sort of really kicked off. I turned it into a food blog page where I like to post my cooks, weekly cooks sometimes. And that's obviously where the beef jerky thing came in as well. It was I was sitting there thinking, what haven't I done yet? And I was like, oh, I'll try beef jerky. Smoked up some beef jerky, and I sort of gave it out to everyone, and they seemed to love it. So I thought, oh, sort of turned that into like a bit of a side hustle as well.
Yeah.
But cooking will always sort of be. I'd always like to keep it a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like to make that a full-time sort of role. Like I'd done a catering event yesterday, and it was too much stress. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn something I love doing into something I hate
that's
doing,
right.
type thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's been it's good for, I guess, the creative side of it. You can sort of mess around with different flavors and different meats and come up with different ideas. Like I'll sit there sometimes at night laying awake. It's like, what can I throw in a burger? It's bad. It's like, what can I use as burger buns instead of bread?
Yeah. Well, some of those chicken burgers you put up, my God, they look amazing.
I haven't done a burger I had to take a break because I don't like to make a burger and not eat it. And I got to the point there a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I don't know if I could stomach another burger just yet. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I enjoy it. It's a good little activity to, I guess, clear the mind and escape for a bit.
I love cooking like low and slow. Like, I used to cook barbecues all the time, but then we got a couple of Webbers and started doing lamb roasts and all that sort of stuff, and just enjoyed being out there around it. And my wife's like, you don't need to be next to it. I'm like, yes I do. Well, I'm holding my beer.
You do.
Someone's got to watch it.
It's so good. Like, I've had, like, one of the questions I got was a couple of weeks ago. It's like, have you ever messed up while cooking? I'm like, mate, if you could see my failed cooks, you would be absolutely shocked. There's been just as many failed cooks as there has successful ones.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think the last one I did was a pork roast. I was just doing a pulled pork so I could make some pies, and it was a Friday night, and I remember passing out after a few beers, and just going back to the old. I was using the Weber at the time, and this pork roast, I don't know. Is there a darker colour than black? It was, but you always learn.
Oh yeah.
When you mess up.
Well, last thing I cooked was a brisket. Well, it was the first time I ever cooked a brisket as well, and I cooked it for the right amount of time because the butcher pretty much gave me a blueprint of what to do. So I did everything he said and all that, and I pulled it off and I cut it. And I opened it up, and when I first looked at it, I thought, "Fuck this thing! This is not even cooked yet." It's like that brown bit through the middle. I'm like, that's not cooked. Like, I'm gonna have to fucking And like it was late as it was, and everyone's hungry. I'm like, just quickly throw it in the oven. So it was still nice, but it dried out. And then I realized, and I watched videos, and I'm like, oh wow, it's meant to be like that.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking idiot, because it was nice and juicy and jiggly, and I'm like, oh. And then when I cut up, I'm like, oh no. But yeah, I fucked up. That's definitely a lesson learned. $70 later on a fucking brisket.
There's another thing, 'cause they're not cheap anymore.
No.
Well, actually, food in general seems to be expensive enough as it is. But
Well, when I
doing my first brisket was it was a bit intimidating. So I think I paid $120 for this whole brisket,
Jesus.
and it was after a barefoot bowls day. Actually, all the boys came back to my place, and I had that brisket on for like a good 12 hours. And I thought to myself, all right, I'm either going to waste $120 and there's going to be like 8 angry lads here, or it's going to be unreal. But it was all right. It wasn't, your first one's never, out of the park stuff. But after everyone had a gutful anyway, so they were just happy to eat.
Yeah, that's right. It's beautiful meat, and the fat on a brisket. Jesus,
Best.
it's like butter.
Oh, that's when that fat renders down into just a soft jelly. Could bath myself in that stuff.
Bloody oath. Brisket butter.
Brisket butter.
What's your favourite thing to cook?
It would be brisket, I reckon. Especially when you get it right. Like, it's sort of got that. It has a unique taste, especially if you are smoking your brisket. And because it's essentially your briskets, it's the toughest bit of meat on a cow, or it's one of the most hardest working muscles there is. So, you're looking at a minimum of 10 to 12 hours. So, when you put in that much effort and you're sort of sitting there for 12 hours waiting for this thing to be done, it's you cut it open and you see that juice running down. You got that nice smoke ring. It's 100% brisket. Like I love preparing the meat more than cooking it as well. Like sort of trimming the fat up and putting the seasoning on. Like I love eating meat. Don't get me wrong, but the preparation is what I love doing.
Yeah.
Especially cooking for a group of people and they all say, "Oh, that was amazing." That's a bit of sugar on the top of the cake at the end of the day.
It. There's your cherry on top.
Yeah. So, but definitely brisket. Like chicken wings, I love doing chicken wings as well. Like hot and fast chicken wings. There's not too much that I haven't cooked. I'd love to smoke a whole pig one day. But I think that has to be. I should probably organise a pig for when you boys come up next year, so I get a breakfast together.
Right.
Yeah, you should.
Because I usually only cook food for video purposes, and then I'm left with the brisket. I'm eating brisket for the next 2 weeks. It's like the Christmas ham. But truth be told, I love cooking everything. But there's nothing more satisfying than knocking a brisket out of the park.
Oh yeah. And you're right. Like,
and your stuff that you post on Instagram is amazing for when you're on there scrolling and you're hungry.
Oh god, yes.
You scroll past something you put up there, and it's like it's love and hate at the same time. Just like, oh, that looks so good, you asshole.
I sort of never intended to really have this. Like, I guess it's sort of a good advertisement thing for the jerky, but I sort of just try to keep it just a food blog strictly. And the Facebook page, I just like to share the stuff that I cook. Which is actually about a month ago, because the Facebook page sort of has just taken a little bit of traction. I'm getting a couple more shares and whatnot, and I had a bloke message the page asking me what time I'm open. I was like, mate, I'm just the backyard cook. We don't take reservations. He's like, oh, no, sorry, the food looks good. And I was like, yeah, cheers, mate. You're going to bring me a carton of beer, I'll happily give you a couple of wings.
Fair trade.
Oh, but it's a good hobby. Like that and gaming, it's always good to have that escape from the reality of the real world.
Nah, that's all right.
Yep.
So people to watch this, can you tell them whereabouts they can see your videos of your cooking and or your photos and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so you jump on my main Instagram account, which is Big Kroppy. I usually post all my videos on there, and the Smoke and Beard which is on Instagram as well.
Yep.
And then there's the Smoke and Beard on Facebook, and I do have a YouTube channel, but I stopped trying to upload videos because at the time I had the worst internet probably in the
Yep.
world, and it was taking me it was literally taking me like 4 hours to upload a fucking 2-minute
Jesus.
video. But no, Instagram would be the best place. I chuck it up there because that's where I sort of got most of my friends on Instagram. So yeah, I'm trying to swing back into at least one video a week. I was just sort of taking a break from eating meat for a couple of weeks to get back to normal, get guts back to normal.
Be right if you're doing a keto diet. Just eating meat.
I was convinced I was going to go vegetarian for a couple of weeks there earlier.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just to, I think the eating strictly meat was catching up with me a bit.
Yeah.
I was spending more time on the toilet than in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, it's not great for you to consume a shit ton of it.
Most times when people cook barbecue, you've always got sides, like a bit of salad. Yeah. It's like, no, I just eat like a pure caveman.
Yeah. So what's your goals for all the platforms that you're on? Are they just casual, or do you have goals for them, like where you want to get to?
No, I don't. No, I'm sort of just happy where they are now. If they keep growing, then I guess that's great. But I wasn't really looking to sort of take them to any exciting or different levels.
Yep.
It's like obviously the more people that see the pages, I guess, is the more chance for filling jerky orders. But at the moment, jerky's sort of the side hustle. Like I do screen printing full time, mostly every day.
Yep.
So the jerky sort of, which at the moment I'm getting back into jerky. Hopefully by the end of the week, I'm waiting on a new dehydrator just because I couldn't keep up with the volume that I was having to make, which just was because of supplying the local pubs around town and the golf club and bowls club and that type of thing. But yeah, no, I haven't really got I don't care if it grows any bigger or shrinks any less. I'm sort of just on there. I've got all my mates who I'm following that I need to keep up with to date what they're doing in their lives, and it's more of just a blogging page now to share what I do and whatnot. But yeah, if it grows bigger, then that's great. But at the same time, it was never intended that I hope I get famous for doing this. It was just a place to sort of share that that love of food, I guess. Love of food and beers.
Yep. And your Twitch the same?
Yeah, so the Twitch is, as I said, I don't care if the Twitch doesn't grow any bigger. Personally, I probably wouldn't be able to handle any more people coming into my chat than I already got.
Yep.
I'm a bit of an awkward bloke as it is, but when I first started streaming, I thought I did have a goal of getting to affiliate. I was like, oh, let's get to affiliate, and that's all good.
Yep.
Twitch really. I spend more time in other people's streams chatting with their community than actually streaming myself.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoy that more, to be honest.
Yep.
Chatting with other fellow streamers and getting to know their community, and it's as I said when I jumped into Waffles' stream, it opened up when he invited me to the Discord to join. There's a couple of it's based overseas. There's a lot of Americans and Canadians in the Discord, and sort of just opened up a new avenue of gaming. Whenever you're sort of keen on playing a game, at least one of those people in the Discord have the game and are keen to have a game with you.
Well, that's all right.
So it's been good. But yeah, always been a solo game.
Yeah.
Refreshing to actually jump on and have a chat with, you know, people you become mates with through, and that's through Twitch. It's amazing what Twitch has actually done to make new friends as well.
Yeah. No, that's right. Well, I got a question that I know everyone would be hanging to know and wanting us to ask. How long have you been growing your beard for?
I think I hit 4 years around the start of this year.
Yeah.
So probably close to 5 years.
Jeez.
That was at the end of 22. Yeah, 5 years. Before that, I wasn't as long. It was, you know, sort of, it was getting there. And I remember my mate going live on Facebook. We were in his mum's caravan at 2 a.m. drunk out of our mind, and he shaved it off.
Oh my god.
and I was full on board with it. I was like, yeah, shave it off. I don't care. And it wasn't more than 24 hours later. I was just absolutely hating myself, crying myself to sleep. I was like, I'm never touching a razor again.
Yep.
Because if you have seen me without you won't. But I've got photos. My chin, actually, I say chin as if I've got one. I don't have a chin.
Chinless men.
We are chinless men.
It's scary. Like, especially you take a profile photo side on. It's like, what is that?
It's okay, got a chin.
I feel that pain.
It's just an over. I can't imagine not having a beard nowadays. Like, I guess it's sort of become an identity, but it sounds silly. But
I know exactly what you're talking about. When I first grew, because I did a year, and it was the first time I really grew a beard, and like near the end of it, I was dreading it because I knew I was going to shave it off at the end of the year for a charity. But as it was getting closer and closer, I was like really not looking forward to it because I got attached to it, and like it becomes part of you, like become part of something that you weren't before. Like people notice you for your beard and all that sort of stuff. And when I shaved it off, instantly I was like fucking hating it. Like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, like a year's it's not a short, like I know a year's not a long time, but when you're trying to put effort into growing a beard, it's like, you feel like you've put in a lifetime to get it to where it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So I feel that. I instantly started hating myself because I think I was 2.5 years into that beard at that time.
A lot of effort.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the brotherhood behind it too. Like that feel. Yeah, like you walk down the street and someone, especially I think you brought this up in one podcast recently. You know, someone else with a beard, you like walk past each other and it's sort of like
when we were talking to Josh. Yeah,
beard, mate. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like I 100% get more compliments from blokes than women.
Yeah, good. 100% happens all the time.
Well,
and I'll take
actually,
that.
I'm not even sure I have had a compliment from a woman. What are you saying?
I've had a couple of real weird ones. I can tell you that now. Real weird, inappropriate touching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was to touch them the same way, I probably would have got arrested.
Well, you probably want to touch them if they got a beard anyway. Let me stroke your beard.
What do you mean?
There's always been that stigma about like, I've seen memes a couple of times like, there's nothing better than when she strokes your beard. But me personally, like someone come up to me like, can I touch your beard? It's like, nah. Like, it just feels unnatural, especially if you're at a pub. Like I've had it at a pub a couple of times. There have been a couple of women like, can I touch your beard? And it's like, why?
Yep.
Why do you want to touch it?
Can I stick my finger up your nose?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good trait.
Like, can I play with your hair? Because you know how long it took me to get this to fucking look like this. Get hell.
Oh man. Yeah, actually, that happens all the time. Like, it's actually not just, you don't just wake up and that's how your beard looks. It's like, I noticed when my beard was shorter, like back then, it was a lot easier to style back then because it sort of just sat there, all compacted. But nowadays, like, I'll put my oil in, I'll do my butter and balm and have it all nice, and I'll walk out the door and the wind's blowing. It's fucking game over. It just goes. All right, that's done.
There you go. That answers the question we
Yeah.
had from the podcast that we did a couple of weeks ago.
So that pretty much
We're,
answered that question.
We're talking. We were like, I wonder if Kroppy finds it easier or harder.
Oh, no, it 2 years ago it was a dream to style and get ready, but nowadays, like a lot of the time, I don't even worry what it looks like anymore. I'll chuck the oil in just to keep the skin sort of, hydrated. But I know as soon as I walk out that door, it's game over anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you do? Like,
you
short of like
me,
tying it up, but
convince me to stay.
yeah, and I tell you what, it's been a couple of times where I've contemplated trimming it back to that sort of that bushy length. And I may even do that, but I'll definitely never go clean shaven again.
Heck no, don't do that. Nah. I reckon you do have a photo on your Instagram. Actually, it's a side by side because I was trolling your Instagram earlier.
Yeah,
it's not you. It's not.
There's a. I had a funny. I had a side like a before and after photo. So I had it's a recent photo of me with the beard, and a photo without it. And for some reason, I don't know why I put that on my Tinder profile. And someone said that I looked like a transvestite without the beard. I was like, okay, the beard stays, fair enough.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
Very feminine was the word that they used to describe. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
The photo I've seen on Instagram, you look like young. You look like a fucking 13-year-old without a beard.
No, I do look like, which I think when I started growing a beard, like wasn't a proper beard, but I started getting the ginger pubes on my face in like grade 10.
Yeah.
I was 15, 14 or something, and always like it grew in really like disgustingly grew in, like it looked like that seedy beard.
Yeah.
That like I look like I belong on a registry somewhere.
Stay away from playgrounds.
So I always shaved it back then. Like I think I was using my dad's Gillette razors back then to like take that little bum fluff off. And I hated the feeling of a freshly clean shaven face. Like it was too smooth. I'm like, what the fuck's that? Like, like even stubble. Like I would have rather stubble, but I just it was either clean shaven or look like I should not be at a school. So but no, the beard. No, as I said, I think one of the best things I love about the beard is, and some people might say it's silly, but it does, and I'd probably speak for a lot of other blokes as well, but it does give you confidence.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's so true.
Like, you can't live life as an egg. It's just.
It's a pretty trendy thing.
Well, it's true about the like men giving each other compliments and that. Like we live in a country town and we've been here for like 2 years now. I don't have a lot of friends here, but this guy that lives here, he's got his beard's probably about your length, and he like just randomly commented on one of the pictures I had up, and he's like saying how I got a really cool beard and shit. And I'm like, mate, your beard's fucking awesome. We're like just giving each other compliments about beards. And then I looked at, we become friends on Facebook and seen that he's into low and slow and all that sort of stuff. My wife's like, see if he wants to go out for a beer one night or something. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about that. That's fucking a bit weird. And then I was half pissed one night and I just messaged him like, my wife told me to message you and see if you want to go out for a beer one night. He's like, fucking oath, mate, I'm down. So, the beard's made me a friend.
Unreal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It has. Like, up here in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast, they have a beard group called the Bearded Men of the Sunny Coast.
Yep.
And I met one of the members probably 3 or 4 years ago. About 3 years ago at a music festival up here, and I was walking past their camp, and they had a big wooden bar set up, and it was called the Ned Kelly bar.
Yeah.
And there's probably about 10 or 12 of them all camping together. They all had beards, a lot of them.
That's so cool.
And they spotted me, and they roped me into having a few drinks with them, and must have added them on Facebook or something like that, because they about 6 months later sent me a message saying, "All right, you live around the sunny coast there?" I said, "Oh, about 40 minutes, sort of inland from it." And they invited me along to one of their meetups they had at Aussie World up here, which at the time they were hosting a barbecue festival as well, something about beers and barbecues. I went up there for a meetup, and we had a few beers and got a group photo, and I'm probably still friends with a good 5 or 6 of those blokes now. I talk on a weekly basis, all through just having a beer that one time at a music festival.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And yeah, it's a proper, I guess. Well, it's cliche, but it is a brotherhood, like a global thing.
Absolutely, you just got to look at all the Jericho boys.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, they all follow each other, and we all like each other's stuff. It's like that's another thing, like gaming. I think, well, like you two blokes, and you got Waffle as well, all into gaming. So it's not only as sort of, I guess, through affiliation is what they call it.
Yeah.
Met a lot of good people that are into a lot of the same stuff, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm looking forward to next year when we come up there, get a group photo with everyone. That's going to be pretty cool. That.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it'd be
I like that.
Yeah, and I'm bloody keen for those shirts too. They look sensational.
They're gonna be fucking amazing once they're done.
Yeah. And ironing out the kinks, almost literally. It's gonna be good.
Nah, it's good. You say episode 13?
Yeah,
it's
episode 13.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we are.
Like I thought
we're getting there. It's a slow burn, but we're getting there.
I had an idea about a podcast going back like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
I said to 2 of my good mates who I'm still good friends with, I said, "Do you want to try and start one?" I said, "Oh yeah." We got together and we were like, "Oh, so what do we do now?" I said, "Oh, I don't know." So we set up a fucking old mobile phone that I had in the shed and filmed like us sitting around drinking for 2 hours, and we watched it back and we thought, "All right, we're not doing a podcast." We started off talking about normal stuff like, the footy on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then obviously a few beers later, like an hour and a half in, like we start talking about fucking politics. I'm like, nah, cut it all.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh no! Every controversial opinion possible coming out.
Oh, it was and for some reason I put that on YouTube. It has been taken down since, but at the time we thought it was good, and put it up on YouTube. And actually, towards the end of the video, I had forgotten about that until I put it on YouTube. My mate actually, Dax, my other mate, pulls his pants down, and his old fella pops out. And this video has been on YouTube, was on YouTube for like a good 3 years.
Kept it up.
And I had to take. Well, the reason I took it down, he made me take it down because we were out drinking at the pub one night, and a couple of my other mates were all drinking at their house, obviously watching this video on YouTube, and I get a screenshot of my mate's old fella, and I'm like, please take that video down. Please take it down. I was like, all right, sorry. So yeah, that was the start and the end of the old podcast idea.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So,
how many people do you reckon you offended? How many groups of people do you offend?
So yeah, we're probably lucky back then. Like, we could probably get away with most of the stuff that we were saying, but now it may even be a call from someone high up.
Yeah, not PC.
Like, I think there was a moment we were talking about how upset we were about who won a Golden Globe or some shit, and I was like, what
Jeez.
the fuck? I don't care about that stuff. So I didn't even watch the Golden Globes that we're talking about.
I didn't realise I was so passionate about it.
That was live and learn. That was fun. It was a good time.
But that kind of happened to me on Bucks night. We were smashed at this pub, and I was taking a piss at the urinal, and fucking one of my mates came up behind me with his camera. I didn't even I was pissed, and I'm like, and he's like filming over the top of me, and the dickhead, like, he was that pissed he put it up on Facebook. in his profile. I didn't know till the week after, because his wife's a cop as well, and she's like, as soon as she seen it, she's like, you fucking take that down now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah, the week after at the wedding, he's like telling me about it, and I pissed myself laughing. I was like, "How many likes did you get?"
I think the whole podcast idea back in the day was we were young and dumb, and we thought we were going to get famous from it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it never worked out, so we decided, oh well, how about we try to do pranks? We'll upload pranks, fucking Facebook and YouTube. Some of the shit, like, just at midnight. I don't know why, but I was filming my mate running around the neighborhood naked, crashing into others' bins. I was like, who's gonna find that? I thought it was pretty funny at the time.
You're like, yeah, man, woo, it's hilarious.
I watched the video back. I'm like, this is so good. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be something.
This is it.
Where's
This
the
is the one.
Knoxville?
It's good to look back on, but I'm like, we've only been 20 years old at the time.
Oh, some of the ideas that come out of your head when you're young, especially when you're young and on the piss. God.
Okay.
That's how they all started
Yeah.
too. After a session,
Oh,
like,
every good story.
What
Every
an
good story
idea.
starts after a couple of beers.
just those, sitting around that, that man, that glass table that every Australian has owned at one point in their life outside. It's like, if you haven't sat around a glass table at 2 a.m. in the morning discussing how to solve world peace, have you even lived?
That's right.
Hearing
I've
the
actually
glass
solved
run across the
world
dirt
peace.
on the table. Well, that one mate that slams his drink down way too hard every time. It's like, mate, can you stop? You're going to break the fucking table.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had that,
Yeah.
mate, eh?
I was the mate at a mate's buck show that picked that table up, trying to move it,
Oh, no.
but picked the table up above my
Oh,
head, upside down, not knowing that the glass wasn't attached to the wicket. But the glass panel fell off. It bonked me on the head. Luckily, it didn't break there. But then it smashed on the ground in front of me. Just into
Did you
the
still walk
pieces.
over the frame?
Yeah, I was holding the frame like, uh-oh. I got frozen in time. Smashed into the most pieces a piece of glass can smash in, by the way. Like, the glass is this big, but you can fill a whole wheelie bin full of glass shards.
Fucking hell.
Like, how does it work?
Yeah, there's been some good times around those tables. There's
So
some
good.
bad times too.
I had a glass coffee table, and me and my mates were like half pissed, and we were just about to head out. And I lived by myself in a flat, and I was like, "Fucking all right, let's have another drink, and then we'll go grab a couple of roadies." And I don't know what I was doing. I went to put my stubby in a fucking stubby holder, but there was no bottom. And I've gone whack to put it in, and it's just gone straight through. Hit the glass table, and the table's just shattered into a million pieces. And we're all just standing there, like, half pissed, like, fuck. Literally, the cab was out the front and everything. I'm like, you know what, I'll deal with it when I get home.
Yeah.
Come home,
Exactly
smash,
what you
get the
do.
vacuum cleaner out. Fucked everything.
Vacuum cleaners shooting glass out the other end of it.
Wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, did I really do that? Walk out in the lounge room. Fuck, I did. Jesus. This is going to be fun.
I think the first time I ever went clubbing was when we went down into the Fortitude Valley in Brisbane City. I was only 18, and my mates took me to what they call the Beat, which was I don't know if I can say it on air. Yeah, sure. It was a gay bar anyway.
Gay bar,
And,
gay bar.
Yeah, and I had no idea what I was in for. Anyway, I was pretty loaded at that time, and the music that they play in those bars are actually surprisingly good.
Yeah.
And I remember I was at the bar ordering, drinking vodka oranges at that time, and you know how some bars they have all their wine glasses like above your head where you go and order.
Yep.
I don't know why. I just remember taking my shirt off and swinging it around and knocking all these wine glasses off the rack. Just holy shit! Like that was the end of that club and pretty much the night. But yeah, I've had some perler moments like that.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's so
Everyone's really friendly in those places too.
Yeah.
I'll have to experiment on a live stream one day, but I've had a couple of moments in some clubs because I've got a flat spot on my head. I can carry a glass, fall on my head. I can walk around. It's no problem.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I can dance. Like I was in a club. I got free drinks because I was in a club. Glass on my head, fall, dancing, and the barman he had like an ice cube, and he threw an ice cube, and I caught it in the glass. And he's like, "That's the single greatest thing I've ever seen in my life." And he's like,
That's
drinks on the house.
That's Pa used to do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
The mum told me, how granddad used to do the same thing.
I think we've all got that little
flat
flat
head
spot somewhere.
It's a real flat spot. That's where we were all just dumped on our head when we were babies, I think.
I actually do now that I think about it, eh? Yeah.
It's the best. I can fucking carry anything.
I remember Pa doing that. Like he'd walk around the whole pub, be squatting up and down. Fucking the glass would not move. It would just stay in one spot the whole time.
But,
Needless to say, it was probably someone else's beer, but
yeah, that's how you get away with it. You grab someone else's beer, put it on your head. They're so wowed with the fact that you can do it, you steal their beer.
yeah, they're like, whoa. And then you realise you get a great big, oh fuck, he's got me beer, Jesus. Hey mate, come back here.
You'll never catch me, not with this on my head.
You see the schooner glass floating on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh shit, that's good.
Oh man, this has been a classic.
I was all week. I was sort of walking around the house, talking to myself, pretending I was trying to amp myself up and get comfortable. Yep. I was like, "Have I got any stories that I can tell?" Yeah. But no, it's
Mate, you've done all right, mate.
No, we've been happy to have you.
Yes.
Oh, it was good to get on here. I was like, I just thought it because I've always been a bit of an awkward fucking bloke sometimes. I'm like, as long as someone leads the conversation, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's why we do the stuff together, because
Yeah.
if it was just one of us, it'd be silent.
It wouldn't be great.
Oh,
Need a few drinks.
Yeah.
So, how's your night been? Good, all right. That's a wrap, folks.
Thanks for watching. Bye. What was it even about?
Tune in next week. Same shit.
Yeah, that's how awkward I get on streams when it's just me. It's like, yeah, so
Oh,
I'm just walking over here, and then I just stop. Just probably just come back. I have no idea.
That's when I get like, I've had it a couple of times. You get that notification in your chat. It's like first time chatter. It's like, oh fuck, here we go, the stranger. What are they going to say? Yeah, but I just like to have a few beers now when I stream. It takes
Yeah, it really does take the edge off. Yeah.
By the end of it, I think the last stream I'd done, well, the one before that, it was a 4-hour Fortnite stream, and by the end of it, like I'd already been drinking that afternoon, and by the end of it, I probably didn't look at the chat for the last 2 hours, like, cause I physically couldn't see the chat. I was like, and I was like, oh, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good night. And I was reading the chat back after I finished streaming, and there was a ton of people asking questions. So sorry. So sorry. One of them was, "Oh, your mic's not on."
Love that.
I've had that a couple of times. So I was like,
Yeah, that's been me. A couple of times I've jumped on. What, Kroppy, is your mic on, or is it my audio fucked?
a good hour and a half in, and I'll see that message. I'm like, damn it, I'll just end the stream now. All the good shit's gone.
Well, we did a stream together at Rob's house, and it was like just a just chat stream, but we were using one singular headset
Oh, yeah.
and a mic.
Yeah.
A mic just sitting in between us, but it was going off all the time.
Oh my god.
And we were drinking pretty heavily, so
Yeah.
we were like,
Yeah.
we were laughing, and it was fucking brilliant. We were preoccupied, and every 15 minutes there was a message come up: "Mic's off again, mic's off again, mic's off again."
I had no idea what that was.
fuck,
That was
There's so much gold.
Because if I'm playing like through the usually I only stream from the PS5 to Twitch, which is another reason why PC will help.
Yep.
But on the PS5 controller, you've got that little mute button, and I mute that if I'm chatting to someone in the chat, so if I'm playing with doesn't have to hear me chatting to someone random on Twitch. And I never fucking unmute it. And I think that was that time you came in. It was like a good hour and a half. And I don't know why no one else picked up on it, because I was sitting there going to town about something. I remember you just saying, "Oh, yeah, I don't know if your volume's turned down or your mic's off." And sure enough, my mic was off, and I was like, "I hate streaming."
I've had people watching this for an hour. What the fuck?
I was like, "Oh,
people sitting there watching you going, I'm going to put my own words to this. I'm going to be fucking doing it. I'm going to dub.
Oh my god.
Watch this.
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Doing that. Just do a voiceover on someone.
A voiceover. That's a great idea for a
That
stream.
is actually a good idea.
Oh, no, I'd love to do that. I'd love to get it together and just fucking voice over someone else's podcast or something.
That'd be hilarious.
Or just grab someone else to stream. One of the big streamers, and I'll voice over the fuck out of them.
Yeah. That'd be actually a great idea.
Yep. And we'll answer their chat too, because they never answer their chat. So
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them are follow-only chats anyway nowadays, aren't they? If they're big enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of them you see and like their screen's just like just going crazy.
Yeah,
it's
the
like, how
fucking
are
thing's
you meant to
going
read
to-
anything?
I know you can slow it down and shit, but
Yeah.
people commenting, it's like you'd never get through them. Oh, that
Yeah,
XQC bloke
Yep.
who gets fucking 100,000 people watching him, and the chat is just flying. It's a blur.
Oh, even I've noticed on Twitch, you go to the browse section where you browse your different categories. The old bathtub and hot tub streams seem to get a lot of traction nowadays.
Yep.
And it's sort of off topic, but the same sort of thing. Like the chat's just fucking rolling with comments, and you look at like the top section where it's got like how many bits and gifts have been donated and shit. I'm like, oh. And this chick's just sitting there on a floating donut
Yeah.
in a bikini.
No.
I was like, can I do that?
Yeah, I know.
Do it. I don't know if you'll get the same traction as people, but you can
Get
definitely
bored
do
of
it.
Fuck,
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like I was saying to Matt, there was one girl that was doing it, and she was talking to her viewers and stuff, and she said herself, she's like, it's so much easier for women to do this kind of thing and get like 500,000 followers. She goes, but for men it's harder. But if you break through that barrier and you do get the followers, and you're a man, you'll go further than they will, like than the women will, because they're only, the men are only there to see them. Where if someone like if people like you, like men, women, whatever, and you're streaming just games and stuff like that, you're just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Where they only get one sort of audience, and so they get to a certain point and then they stop, but they still make their money, so they're not going to complain. But for people like us, like the three of us right now, there's none of us want what some of these people have. There's no way you want so many people following you and in your chat where you can't even see what's going on. But it'd be nice to have a nice, consistent community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think Dead Set's a good example of that. You know,
He's got a brilliant
his
community,
yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
absolutely.
knows him, and he sort of knows all his community as well, which is, you know, he always makes an effort to sort of...
He pretty much
interact.
knows everyone that pops in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's super interactive on the Discord and everything as well. So
Yeah, no, he's...
Yeah.
He's, fingers crossed, everything goes to plan. He'll be on the podcast in December sometime. I'm going to try and line it up so he's like our last one for the year or something, I reckon. And that'd be a good way to finish off the podcast
Yeah,
for the
he'd
year.
be a great candidate.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's
absolutely.
He's
like,
keen.
You
just
watch him on
find the
Twitch,
time.
natural.
Yeah. But no, he's definitely one
Just
we
goes
want to have on, because to pick his brain about what he's done and where he's come from and all that sort of stuff, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a good story to hear how he got into streaming. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And his mentality around how he streams, how he stays up.
Yeah, I'd love to know if he's
Oh,
like that outside of streaming. Well, if it's a
Actually,
Yeah,
funny,
it'd have to be.
funny you say
yeah,
that.
it'd have
Like,
to be, surely.
I remember was only a couple of weeks ago. I might have been close to a month ago because when Dad said he gets on and like, he's very upbeat and you know he jumped on there to do a test stream about a month ago. I think it was the first time I ever heard him speak normally without like sort of that high intensity. And it was just. I was like, oh, that's what he normally. I wonder if that's how he normally sounds. But I know it's like, but yeah, hats off to him. He's done he's put in a huge effort to build the community that he's got. Like,
absolutely,
that's right. He's definitely he's definitely done well to get where he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like there was no way I could keep up that type of intensity for.
Oh no, I'd be asleep
fucking
in
thrashed.
15 minutes.
Like,
Mate.
Fucking 5 minutes in, I wouldn't be able to breathe properly.
I know that's not my nature.
No, but you know, some people like, you know, it's almost like a category of stream, I guess. Like, you know, you got people that sort of sit there and just play their video games and don't talk at all. Like, even when someone comes into the community, like they just won't even register. Like, oh, okay. Sort of like, why are you even streaming, that type of thing. But then you get people like Dead said, it's just like, it makes you want to watch him because
that's right.
Like,
I think it's phenomenal with like the amount of action he gets in the chat, and he answers every single fucking person that gets on there. Every single person.
Yeah. Like he might miss maybe one or two messages a whole stream, and that's it. Like,
it's insane.
But yeah, like that's I hats off to him, and I fucking admire, you know, what he's done. But I don't know if I could handle an audience that big, personally.
Yeah.
Like I'd probably crumble. Like, I get 2 people or 3 people chatting at one time on my stream. I'm like, oh, settle down, it's getting a bit out of hand.
Get loud in here.
Woo up. You know.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a level. Like, we've had 4 or 5 or 6, and it's like, it feels really good when there's that much action going on. It's if you're playing a game where you have to concentrate, it's very difficult. You kind of, you can't. It's a real balancing act between the game itself and the rest.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of intimidating too when you get a couple. Like I think the biggest raid that I've ever been raided was 11 people or something like that. That was sort of towards the end of a stream I was doing. But even like it shouldn't change you, but then you think, oh, there's 11 people watching.
Yeah.
I don't want to come across as an awkward cunt, but fucking that's
makes it worse.
Yeah, it makes it so much worse. It's like, all right, thanks Raiders for stopping by. You can go now.
Keep going now. Bye bye.
Lead me to my golf.
All right, mate. Well, thanks for coming on the show. It's been a fucking awesome chat,
boys. It's been a pleasure. I love it. Loved it. I love what you're doing too. I reckon you're onto something good here.
It's good to get
I hope so.
And get to know you a bit better as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thanks for dropping by all our streams. Like, fucking, you're always stopping in there for all our streams, and
it's always good seeing you guys on. I'm like, especially when you're doing your GTA session, it's a funny blast.
Yeah, it's good fun.
So,
love it.
Hopefully this time next week, I should be up and running.
I am so looking forward to it.
I believe I picked the computer up either Tuesday or Wednesday, so I've set that up and cross. We'll get a session in soon.
Awesome. Love that.
That'll be amazing. Well, have to do a big stream.
Santos.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Yeah, I'm hoping the new hardware sort of helps my streams a lot as well. So might give me a chance to sort of even have like a set schedule, or not even a set schedule, because I've never had a set schedule. I'll sort of just sit there and be like, oh, I might go live. Fuck it. Just randomly jump on.
We're pretty much the same. Like, we have dad life gets in the way and all that sort of stuff, so we never. Yeah, we're always late.
Yeah, we always say a time and we're never on time.
I know. As soon as I set a schedule, I'm like, it then feels like work. It's like, I gotta be live in 20 minutes. Like, I don't want to be like that.
No, that's right.
But nah, it was a good chat, boys.
Nah.
Loved it.
Thanks for
perfect.
coming on. We'll definitely be catching up during the week. Next week, yes.
Yeah, mate, for sure.
Playing some
Sure,
GTA.
I'll look into seeing what we can do about that logo. See if we can get it incorporated in the game somehow.
That'd be so cool.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All
It's
right.
been a fucking awesome
All right,
show.
take it easy, boys.
And thanks everyone for popping in, and we'll see you all next week. Catch you guys.
Catch you guys.
See you,
Kroppy.
mate.